This is going to be part one of, I guess I'll probably do like a series till we're finished and I move everything into the shop. But I've been converting this rotten old pole barn into a workshop. And if you're returning viewers, subscribers, you know that the background you see here is completely different than the other videos, and it's been probably 5 or 6 years since the video's been put on the channel. And I've since moved from North Texas to Southeast Texas, and so I no longer have that nice shop to work out of. But there's about a 45 by 50 foot pole barn, which we're in right now, that I've been slowly converting into a shop over the past year or so. And it's taken me a while to get to where it's at, but I figured I decided I was going to start making videos on it, putting them on my dad's channel, and maybe, so I guess taking the channel over and start posting more videos. It's been a while. So one of the main reasons why I'm wanting to put this shop together, barn, whatever you want to call it, is because of this truck right here and the one right next to it. They've been kind of a truck that I've had in my mind for a while that I've wanted to build, and finally I found one, or actually two of them, that come up for sale, and they don't come up for sale very often, at least around the areas where I live. Yeah, this is a 1949 KB7 International, and then I have I believe a 47 or 46 KB6. KB7 because it's in much better shape. But that's kind of I needed a place to work on a project, so that's kind of why I started fixing this barn up. It was either that or push it in and build a new one, but I figured it'd probably be maybe slightly better just to. The barn was already there, it just needed to be fixed up. Which, I mean, eventually I'll probably build another shop, but this will work for now. But I might make some videos walking around these two trucks and explaining what the project's going to be and what I want to do to it. But now that's one of the main reasons why I started fixing up the barn. And yes, I do still have my square body that was very popular on the videos that my dad did on the channel of me putting it together. Still have it. Still daily drive it. Okay, so this is the outside view from the front. It has two leans, one on each side that come off the side. They're about 12 foot wide. I'm just going to be using them for storage. But it from the outside looks like your normal old pole barn. Alright, so I've got the camera kind of in the corner of the building, and just so you get a good view of it. It's kind of hard to get a good picture of this thing because it's got so many poles in it, it's so large. But all these poles right here, they're all 6-inch S-beam, I-beam, whatever you want to call them. That I replaced or put in place of some rotten railroad ties that have been in here for a pretty long time. The bottoms and the tops of them were rotting off, and the whole roof was sagging. And it took me quite a while to rip all those out, replace them with all these beams. And as you can see right above me, I'll point to it. There's beams run the full length of the building, and those are going to be the rails for overhead bridge crane. I'm for sure going to build one bridge crane, possibly two, just to make it easier to handle stuff. But there'll be separate videos on that as I go along. Like I said, it's been probably about a year in the making to get it to where it is now. And I'll put some pictures in, kind of catch you up on everything, how it began, and kind of the process. I took a bunch of pictures and just didn't do any video. As you can tell about how much lower I'm standing, there's a pretty decent drop off here at the end. I had to raise the floor up in the building quite a ways to keep the water out so it wasn't constantly muddy inside, because when it rains, water does flow, or did flow through here pretty hard. And where we're at, we get a bunch of rain, and given the right circumstances, from rain from other places flowing down into the bayous about a mile from here, the water will come up to the point where it's a good foot or so in the barn. So I raised it up because I for sure didn't want to have to deal with any of that. It does make the height of the building inside shorter for now. Maybe possibly in the future I'll raise the roof up on it, but for now it's going to work. I'll turn you around and show you the front so you can see why I'm kind of at the bottom of a little bit of a hill from the drive, real slow. That's why the water will run in. Alright, so this should give you an idea about the slope I was talking about. It's kind of hard to tell on camera because it doesn't usually do grades very justice, but the ground slopes down pretty good. So the way I raise the floor up should keep any water out. Alright, so I don't know if you can tell, I guess a little bit above that light there's a big old hole in the roof, and there's several, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but there's several holes in the roof. The roof is rusted out pretty bad, and it is rotting a lot of the 2x4s up there, and that's going to be my next project. I'm going to take and skin the entire right side of the building's roof off, and part of the left side of the building's roof off, and replace the roof. That'll be my next project. So alright, so we're on top of the roof of the barn. As you can tell, the galvanized roofing tin's pretty rusted up in places. There's holes over there. Section over here is rusted up pretty bad. It's older tin. But then the rest of this side is all newer tin, so I hopefully won't have to do anything with that. And then you can see the difference. This is what I'm going to replace, is this old rusty nasty stuff. And on this side, see if I can get zoom in here, they use screws. Newer style screws. In a lot of older buildings they used a nail, either with like a neoprene type washer or with lead on them. These appear to look like they have lead on them, and they've kind of loosened up over the years, which is causing a lot of my issues.
Yeah. So Clay has the flat pan on it, and this just helps to even it out from what our understanding of it is. And our problem is the front portion of this here has dried because the sun was on it. So it's got to be worked right now. The rest of this is not ready to be worked yet because it's still in the drying process. So Clay's going to get this in that had the sun on it work. And this slab that we did right here looked just like that when he ran that pan over it. And then as it got a little drier, he got onto it with the blades without the fan, or without the flat pan. And that's what gave it the really nice, good, smooth finish. So, and from what Clay said, you can tell by how deep your impression goes. See, he's barely making any kind of impressions with his boots in the concrete. But if he goes out here, you can see the impression over there is deeper because it's still wet over there. But the first truck only had 4 yards in it, and all we did was get just this little area right here done. So this concrete's actually been in here longer than the rest of it, because the rest of it was on 2 other trucks.